think we're live. Alrighty, hey everyone, and welcome to the Heroscape Renegade Con Reveals stream. Heroscape returns this August, and today we are here to talk about what will be coming after the launch, focusing on Wave 2 releases. So I'm Jordan, the marketing manager here at Renegade, and today I'm joined by Lee Huff, the associate producer for Heroscape.
Hello, it's back to be great at Renegade Con.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. Lee is here to talk today with me about Wave 2 releases that are all coming in October, along with some organized play details, Gen Con, and more. But before we get into the reveals, we've actually got some other exciting news to share. So this year is Renegade's 10th anniversary. And to celebrate, we've got some promotions that'll be running through the remainder of the year. So first, any orders of $100 or more on our web store from now through the end of the year will get a free 10th anniversary Renegade enamel pin while supplies last. And then we're also going to be giving away these 10th anniversary stickers that you should see on the screen, which you'll receive on any web store orders now through the rest of the year. So no matter what, you've got a chance to get some really cool exclusive Renegade swag. And be sure to check the back of those stickers because there might be a surprise on there. And stay tuned for blogs, 10th of the month flash sales, and more through the rest of the year. The blogs in particular, one of the coolest things about this, they cover Renegade's journey from its humble beginnings all the way to today. And it's a really cool journey to observe. So, if you're just now getting to know Renegade, it's great. Okay, now I got that out of the way. And without further ado, let's get the ball rolling and talk Heroscape.
All right, let's do this.
Alrighty, so our first reveal today is the Revna's Rebuke Kiri Warriors Army expansion. I saw you guys were doing a really great job of guessing this. This was in the thumbnail, so nice work. This is the first of several army expansions for Heroscape. Lee, can you tell everyone what an army expansion is and what players will find in this one?
For sure. So an army expansion is literally just that. It's an army expansion. It's an expansion pack that contains a number of new figures of a particular grouping or theme. And in this case, it's the Kiri Warriors. So in this expansion, you'll find 5 highly detailed and unique Kiri Warriors, each with their own individual abilities, which offer new options when you're drafting your armies.
Nice. Yeah, and speaking of themes, the Kiri Warriors are one of my personal favorite types of figures from Heroscape, so very excited for these. And for those who are watching who might not be familiar, Valhalla essentially has a host of these native Kiri Warriors, and the Kiri are basically elite heroes and leaders who are armed with artifacts and magic unique to their generals' tribes. So Lee, can you tell us who are the different Kiri Warriors who appear in this expansion?
For sure. So there are 5 in this expansion. There's Queen Curion, Ziamara, Glenerva, Mielke, and Kilcarax.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking at them on screen now, and I just had so much fun putting this stream together. The aesthetic is off the charts with this wave. The Ziamara sculpt is probably my personal favorite yet.
Yes. So like the sculpts and the paint jobs for the Kiri Warriors they're all great. Their different abilities are also pretty awesome. And actually we have some army cards up to reveal right now for each of the figures.
Let's do it. Take it away.
All right, so up first is Mielke. She is a Kiri of the forest tribes that are united under Ular's banner when the war on Valhalla began. Her charisma helped hold together the different factions, and because of that, they were able to form a single army. And she also helped train rogue hunters into battle-ready warriors. With Mielke, she's able to make an additional attack on her turn, and with a 4 attack, this makes her a heavy hitter. Also, when she destroys her foe, she is able to heal a nearby ally with her Spear of Sankari.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. I'm a big fan of mechanics that can damage and heal simultaneously. A lot of value there. And before you tell us about the next one, just a heads up to everyone that we will have character biography pages up for all of these reveals with visuals of both their mini and army card on heroscape.com. So just like the last stream, don't worry about speed reading, just sit back, relax, and you can deep dive into all of these after the stream. So now I think this next figure that we're going to look at brings some stealth into play. Can you tell us about Glenerva?
Yes. So Glenerva, she's a fearsome warrior with the power of darkness on my side. She also happens to be one of my favorite sculpts. With Hanwi's Darkness, when that's activated by the X order marker, she is shrouded by darkness. And with that, she's also able to shroud all small, medium, and large friendly figures within 5 spaces of her. And because of that, like with her ability to conceal herself from enemies, like it just makes her like a force to be reckoned with. Plus, she has flying. I mean, she's a beast. She looks like a beast. I mean, she's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. And speaking of the power of darkness, I think up next is Kilkrax, the terrifying undead warrior.
Yes. So Kilcrax has an incredibly imposing appearance and equally threatening abilities to match. She has witchcraft telekinesis, which gives her the ability to move enemies closer to her, so she's able to strike them. And depending on your die roll, you can place a figure on adjacent spaces to kill cracks. She also pairs nicely with Misrix from the Age of Annihilation Master set.
Cool. Yeah, I really like the random factor with the die roll. I feel like that's going to introduce a lot of interesting gameplay situations. Now, up next, this one's really neat, is actually the leader of this group, Queen Curion.
Yeah, so similar to Glenerva, Queen Curion has some stealth to her gameplay. Her stealth flying ability and Heartfinder Sphere make her a lethal enemy. And with her, like if you have a successful roll using her Spear's ability, she's able to weaken her foes' defenses, making them roll no more than 1 die for defense.
Oh, yeah, that's cool too. And now, last but certainly not least, I think you can tell my bias here because I put this figure last after the queen. But the sculpt is just too cool. So my personal favorite sculpt from this expansion, the noble warrior Zayamara.
Yeah, I love ZMR. I love her pose, like I love her stance, which her just like striking her arm up with like her sword, like it's awesome.
Right.
So Ziamara, she has the amulet of Pavitar, which allows her to protect nearby allies and prevent them from being wounded. Unfortunately, she's unable to use this ability on herself, but nonetheless, she is a great hero for support.
Awesome. Yeah, and again, I'm just a huge fan of the overall theming with this expansion. I think they really hit it on the mark. Looking forward to getting a Kiri army into play, and I see a lot of excitement in the chat. It's great to see. So now, Lee, before we move on, we know in Wave 1 there was both a standard edition and a premium painted edition. Will there be both options for this expansion as well?
For sure. Yes. So there's both the standard edition and premium painted edition of the army expansion. The standard edition is priced at $45 and it contains 5 fully assembled unpainted miniatures. And just like the battle box and the Age of Annihilation Master set, minis will feature a paint wash to make all the super awesome fine details pop. The premium painted edition is priced at $65, and these will contain 5 fully assembled premium painted miniatures. And just like the premium battle box and premium master set, like we didn't just slap paint on them, like they have a premium quality, fully painted appearance. And between the two versions, the remaining game components, which in this particular army expansion are just army cards, they're the same. So the army cards are identical no matter which version you choose.
Nice. Yeah, and I see in the chat some people are looking for different versions. Our web team is uploading all of these products right now, so give them a few minutes and they'll be there soon. But alrighty, you can pre-order both the standard and premium painted editions of this army expansion pretty much right now, or as soon as you see it up. Now go ahead and click the link in the chat and check it out. And just a reminder to everyone, once again, you can check out the army cards and figures for all of these new reveals over at heroscape.com on the character bio pages after the stream. So if we went through anything quickly and you wanted to take a closer look, you can certainly do that. Alrighty, now Lee, what else do we have coming this October?
All right, so our second reveal for Wave 2 is the Ravna's Rebuke, Iron Lich Viscera, and Necrotech Wraith Riders Army Expansion. So this will be the second entry of Army Expansions for Heroscape. And in this expansion, we are super excited to introduce the new species, the Eisenek.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the Isonek. They're pretty awesome. For anyone unfamiliar, the Icenic are a strange and forgotten people whose planet was destroyed long ago, or perhaps far in the future.
Yeah, so time in Heroscape is really weird. It becomes strained when the magic of the Wellsprings bridges the gap between worlds. So there's a bit of a mystery around the Eisenic, which will potentially be explored at some point in the future, or past, or present. Once again, time's weird in Heroscape.
Sounds good. Well, let's lift what mystery we can for now. What will players find in this expansion?
All right, so in this expansion, there will be 4 highly detailed, fully assembled miniatures, including the Iron Lich Viscera and a unique squad, the Necrotech Wraith Riders. And as always, these figures will be fully compatible with previous and upcoming Heroscape releases.
Cool. And yeah, I think let's start by looking at one of my favorite characters from this expansion, the Iron Lich Viscerat. Now, the Iron Lich Viscerat is a fearsome warlord in Revna's army, and no wonder he's terrifying, he's massive.
Literally, like, yeah, he's huge. Like, literally. I mean, he's a huge 11 in gameplay terms. So, and
Yeah.
just like Xenothrax and Raylan from the Age of Annihilation Master Set, he takes up 2 hexes with his peanut-shaped base. And like because of that, like there's like a really cool gameplay mechanic that he has. So he has this ability called the dismissive strider, and he's able to move through small and medium figures without taking a leaving engagement attack because he's so big.
Yeah,
Huge.
I'm just looking at him on stream right now, and this is really one of my favorites. He just looks awesome, super imposing. He also has some pretty interesting abilities to support synergies for the Icenic specifically, right?
Yes. So Iron Lich Viscera is very much a warlord and has lots of abilities to amplify or control other Eisenic. He has a speed boosting injection that allows him to give another Eisenach extra movement, and this is achieved with the use of yellow surge markers. And also, with his cornerstone ironclad puppeteer ability, he is able to manipulate another unique Eisenach hero or squad figure in the army to take a turn after him.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. I'm looking forward to trying out the puppeteer ability. That's typically my play style in games. I like control type tactics, so this one's going to be fun. Now, this expansion also features a squad of Necrotech Wraith Riders. What can you tell us about them?
So the Necrotech Wraith Riders have some battlefield control elements as well. They have a special chain that they're able to use to grab their enemies.
Hmm.
And as long as their enemy is within range, the player would roll a d20 to attempt to grab them and bring them closer. So the enemy figure. The Wraith Riders also, you may have noticed, like they're on these like orbs. They have these spherical bodies which allow them to roll around. And with their rolling movement, they're able to move around very quickly, actually up to 8 spaces to be exact.
Oh, wow.
However, this keeps them from moving to spaces more than 2 levels above their current position.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, those movement mechanics, I think that's a nice touch. Man, yeah, before the stream, I was a big fan of the Kiri Warriors expansion, but the Icenic are winning me over a bit, especially Iron Lich Viscera. He kind of gives me like a War of the Worlds, unbeatable odds type feel. Maybe I'll have to talk to Trevor about an Icenic invasion event or something at Gen Con next year, like an alternate rule set with a few Iron Liches commanding enormous amounts of Wraith Riders that you have to survive against. That's pretty interesting. Comment in the chat if that would be something that you'd like. Anyways, anything else that the people should know about with this expansion?
Yes, so just like the Kiri Warriors, this expansion will have both a standard and premium painted version. The standard edition will be $45 and comes with 4 fully assembled, highly detailed minis, their army cards, the yellow surge markers, and some additional wound markers since the Necrotech Wraith Riders have 2 life. The premium painted edition will be $65 and includes all the same components. However, the miniatures are premium painted and have a high quality paint job.
Uh-oh, can you hear me?
Mhm.
Alrighty, are we back? I hope. Yes, my computer just crashed. It's like my nightmare that keeps me up at night, coming to life. This is ridiculous. I'm so sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened. It was just black screen. I guess the Icenic didn't like us talking about them the way we were. Maybe we need to watch our verbiage there. But gosh, all right, let's get back into it. So I believe we were just going over the fact that there are going to be both standard and premium painted editions for the Icenic Army Pack as well. So anyway, jumping back into it because we have another stream coming up. I am very much looking forward to building an army with the Icenic. They look amazing. You can also check out the character bios for these reveals in full detail on heroscape.com, so be sure to take a look after the stream. But hang with us for now, because believe it or not, and fingers crossed we can get through it, we're only halfway through our reveals for Wave 2. So what else do we have to talk about, Lee?
All right, so I'm very excited to announce that we'll be expanding our terrain system line with both the Lands of Valhalla and the Waters of Valhalla terrain expansions.
Nice. Yeah, I know a lot of people have been excited for more terrain, myself included. Can you tell us about the Lands of Valhalla first?
Of course. So the Lands of Valhalla terrain expansion is here for the Heroscape players clamoring for more terrain. For the OG players, this terrain expansion is perfect to replace your old terrain pieces from your terrain collection that just aren't holding up. And for new fans, this expansion will help you create even more epic battlefields. And also in this box, players will find a new 24 hex tile, Sand.
Nice, that's great. And just to confirm, these terrain pieces are compatible with previous Heroscape terrain, correct?
Yes, absolutely. So this terrain expansion is oh my goodness, completely compatible with previous and upcoming Heroscape releases.
Awesome. And can you give us a breakdown of exactly what's in this terrain expansion?
For sure. So in this expansion, you'll find a total of 63 terrain tiles of various types and sizes. There are 27 grass tile terrain pieces, 18 rock tile terrain pieces, and 18 sand tile terrain pieces. So players will no longer need to purchase additional master sets in order to obtain more tile terrain. And honestly, like we're excited to include the 24 hex sand tile in this expansion for players to build with.
Yeah, that new tile is really cool. And that's just a lot of terrain in general. So I know a lot of people have been waiting for an option like this. So I'm glad we can bring it to fruition. The Lands of Valhalla terrain expansion will be $70 and is available to pre-order for an October release. The link is in the chat. Oh man, yeah, and I'm looking at it on the screen. Geez, it really is just a ton of terrain. That is awesome.
So
Uh,
much land.
so much land, and you can't get enough land because building is one of the coolest parts of Heroscape. So yeah, that's amazing. Alrighty, Lee, can you tell us about the Waters of Valhalla terrain expansion, which is also coming in October?
For sure. The Waters of Valhalla terrain expansion contains extra water tiles to help players build more water features into their battlefields. So it's great for those wanting to replace their old water tiles, like those brittle second edition water tiles that make me nervous each time I use them. Or for new players who want to get more water onto their battlefields and slow down their opponents.
That's great, nice. And I understand there's a brand new hex tile in this expansion. Is that right?
Yes, there is. So this expansion introduces a 3 hex water tile. And just as a note, this expansion contains both sparkly water and wellspring water. So it's great for those who want to incorporate more water into their maps or replace their brittle matte blue water tiles.
Nice. Yeah, and it's great to see that we're continuing with the sparkly blue water tiles. It really adds so much to the map. And these are also completely compatible with previous Heroscape releases, right?
Absolutely. And yep, they're completely compatible with the old stuff and the new stuff. And actually, there's a total of 35 terrain tiles in this expansion. Plus, it contains the additional water tiles that debuted in the Battle for the Wellspring battle box.
Oh, cool.
It's $30 and available to pre-order now.
Awesome. Yeah, our moderators should be dropping a link in the chat so you guys can go ahead and pre-order. These train packs are really exciting. They, again, just offer so much more flexibility to players to make one of the coolest parts of Heroscape more viable, which is map building. So, as Lee mentioned, no more needing to buy 5 master sets just to get your hands on more terrain. Now you can just buy 5 master sets because why not? Master sets are awesome. Yeah, so it's good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We're excited to really get the ball rolling on our terrain system line. And I honestly can't wait to see all these epic maps players make, especially with the 24 hex sand tile. Like it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, me too. Well, that brings us to the end of our Wave 2 reveals. So the 2 new army expansions and the 2 new terrain expansions are available to pre-order right now on Heroscape.com. The link should be in the chat. We'll have more Heroscape reveals coming for Wave 3 in October. So now we're going to thank Lee for showing us all of this awesome stuff and say goodbye as we move into part 2 of this Heroscape reveal stream today. We are not done. Trevor McGregor, the organized play manager at Renegade, is going to be jumping in to tell us about all of the exciting Gen Con launch activities coming up in August and to unveil and walk us through some previews for the Heroscape Battle Network. So thanks, Lee. I'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
All righty. Hey, Trevor, welcome.
Hey, how are you doing? Happy to be here for my first Renegade Con. Now let's talk about the really fun part, actually getting to play this amazing game.
That's right. Yeah. So let's do it. To kick things off, I think first let's talk about what we have planned for Gen Con. Specifically, maybe we start with running through the events and talking about some of the prizes people can get from attending.
Sure, Gen Con's just around the corner, so it's probably a good idea to talk about it. The first event I'll talk about is the Battle Box beginner events. We'll be hosting beginner events all 4 days of the con. You can compete against other players using the new Battle for the Wellspring Battle Box. No materials needed to join, just come play. It's great for new, returning, or veteran players. All participants in a Battle Box beginner event will receive the Shiori miniature. Seats are limited, so sign up now. The moderators will drop a link in the chat here pretty soon.
Awesome. That sounds good. And then what other events do we have at Gen Con?
So then we also have some pre-made events. We'll be hosting pre-made events where you'll be able to bring your own army to compete against others. All participants in that event will actually get a exclusive Heroscape t-shirt with brand new Heroscape art.
Yeah, this is
This should be on the screen now. So it's original artwork. It's exclusive to the event. The shirt actually acts as a ticket to the free entry into our next event. I'll talk about the 20th anniversary celebration. All participants of pre-made events will also receive the Shiori promo figure.
awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited about the t-shirt. The artwork just came out so great. We had this idea a few months ago and I was just immediately stoked for it. So I think this is going to be awesome. Now, you mentioned that you wear the t-shirt as a ticket to entry into the 20th anniversary celebration event. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Sure. The 20th anniversary event is it's a pre-made event that we're running on Saturday afternoon. This should be a fantastic event. You celebrate the 20th anniversary of Heroscape, this amazing game that we're all excited to bring back, that so many people are excited to play up until now. You can get to compete against the best of the best. Like I said, it starts on Saturday at 3 p.m. That's August 3rd. At Gen Con, we'll be giving away trophies to those who place in the top 8. We'll also be giving away random prizes, so everyone has a chance to walk away with some prizes. Random prizes will include premium painted Age of Annihilation master sets, and all players for this event will also receive the premium painted Shiori miniature. Plus, a cool thing we've just added was we'll be randomly giving away a handful of the Paint Masters from Wave 1. This is basically a holy relic for miniatures players, miniatures fans. It's the original miniature that was used as the Paint Master to start the production process. And we also have a few other things we'll give away and add to the event, but we'll leave those as a surprise for now.
Yeah, man, that's going to be a really fun night, and the Paint Masters especially. That's going to be fantastic. So yeah, I'm just counting down the days until we can make it out to Gen Con at this point.
Yeah, it's well, we're counting down the days to make it up to Gen Con because that's a lot of what you and I do every day, but it's also fantastic. Gen Con's great. I love Gen Con.
There's a little bit of bias there, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of really awesome Heroscape things at Gen Con, this one is by far one of the things I'm most excited about. If you ever wanted to stand toe to toe with Raylan or Leviatok and look them square in the eyes, you can actually do that at our booth. So we work with some pretty talented artists to design these life-size statues of Raylan and Leviatok. Here's a sneak peek on the screen. I'm looking at them now. Man, they're just super sweet.
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah, these
Those are
are,
going to
you
be
know,
really, really cool. So the tip of
yeah,
one of the wings is 9 feet tall. Do you have
they're
any other cool things happening at Gen Con you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, there's too much happening at Gen Con, to be honest. But yeah, these things are huge. These are photos on screen are just from the factory, so you know it's very behind the scenes. But yeah, they're going to be amazing. Like Trevor said, it's like literally 9 feet to the tip of the wings. So come check them out on our booth. And one more thing to talk about. So we are also hosting a sneak preview event, which has actually already sold out to 60 lucky fans who will be the first in the world to see a preview presentation of what's to come for Heroscape in 2025. So I saw a lot of speculation in the chat. Are there going to be more waves? Yes, we are currently planned out through 2025 going into 2026. And if you did not get a seat, don't worry too much. Be sure to come by the booth. We may or may not have some Paint Masters of unannounced sets on display. So pretty much everybody at Gen Con will have a chance to get a first look at what's to come for Heroscape in 2025. And something else to mention, just if you're attending this event and you're listening, keep in mind this is an exclusive no cameras or recording of any kind presentation. I know you guys are very crafty, so no recording of any kind. That includes tape recorders and all sorts of stuff like that.
That sounds really awesome. Hopefully, I'll be able to sneak in. I wasn't able to grab a ticket.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll be there. Maybe even talking about some early details on organized play stuff that we have coming in 2025.
It sounds like a fun night.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And I'm just especially excited for Gen Con overall this year. It's going to be a blast. So if you are going out to the show, we're really looking forward to seeing you there. Though if you're not able to make it out with us, don't worry. We will have events coming to local game stores starting in September. So speaking of, Trevor, can you tell everyone how to join the action with their favorite local game store?
Sure. The first event we have planned is the Heroscape launch tournaments. You can play in these tournaments at participating local game stores starting on September 6th of this year. We have a special miniature promo plan to give away to players. It's the Shiori miniature that Gen Con players will be able to get at Gen Con, but you'll also be able to get it at your participating local game stores. Shiori's a tricky little ninja with some awesome abilities. Her Phantom Walk ability allows her to move through all figures, and she can't be attacked when leaving engagements. Her Ninjutsu Mastery special attack and her Kiru abilities allow her to strike hard and move fast. She's a really cool miniature. I can't wait to have one on my shelf behind me or to play it in some events. It looks really, really nice.
It's an awesome sculpt. I remember when we first took a look at it, Andy was like, wait, there's 3 Shioris? No, she's just moving super fast.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a really cool design.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah, so this way, guys, you know, if you can't make it out to Gen Con, there's no need to stress about it. You can still get your hands on a Shiori figure, so be sure to sign up for one of these launch tournaments that'll be coming in September. Trevor, do we have any other OP events coming up this year?
Sure, it's fun to announce that we're celebrating Heroscape Day this October with a special event kit and a new premium painted miniature. Your friendly local game store will be able to order this kit and help celebrate Heroscape Day in their store. We're excited to reveal that the Heroscape Day miniature will be Cornelius Breach. Cornelius Breach, the Derelict Prince, will be the next exciting promo miniature after Shiori. His first ability can do some serious damage if you're crafty enough to use it well. His mutiny ability is also super powerful. If Cornelius becomes captain through this power, he can remove all of his wounds.
Yeah, Cornelius is awesome. I know there's been a lot of speculation about who's going to be the promo figure for Heroscape Day, so here you go. Really excited to see him on the battlefield. He's a really cool character.
Yeah, I
So
saw some people guessing over time on the Discord, and I didn't see anybody guess it right. So it's pretty cool to
I don't think I
still
saw
be able
either.
to surprise some people.
Yeah, sometimes you guys are really, really good at guessing stuff, but yeah, this one I think flew under the radar, which is awesome. So yeah, feel free to, you know, take a screenshot of the army card, but Cornelius will also be up on heroscape.com as a character bio, so you can check out the army card and the figure in full detail after the stream. And just a reminder that all of these Heroscape organized play promos will always become available for sale on our web store to everyone after the promotion that they're associated with has ended. So for most promos, that timeline is about 3 months after their organized play debut. That's not, in stone, but that's a general rule of thumb that we can apply here. So tournament events are a really good way to get your hands on them early, but they're never exclusive. And make sure to encourage your local game store to get in on the action and order their Heroscape Day kit for October. They can do so now. Okay, now I think it's time to talk about something that I'm personally very excited about, the Battle Network. Trevor, can you remind everyone what the Battle Network is and tell us about some of the features it will have?
Yeah, this takes up a lot of my day. I love working on this. I think I'm very excited what we're going to be able to have for players. The Battle Network is essentially a dedicated Heroscape organized play website, which will serve as a community hub for players, judges, and event organizers. It will contain comprehensive tournament software. We've got a few first look screenshots from the beta to show off some of the various features. First up, we'll talk about event hosting. One of the best parts of the Battle Network is event hosting. This makes it so players can find any and all Heroscape events running around the world and find one that's the closest to them, or even if they're traveling, they can find one there. This will make finding and jumping into events easier than ever. Plus, this takes a lot of strain off event organizers and stores. It's super easy to register your event. Our Battle Network minions behind the scenes will take a couple of days to review an event organizer application and make sure they're legitimate. But once that's done, you're all set to list and host your own events as an event organizer. Anyone who runs events knows how important it is to have intuitive tournament software. You don't need to juggle multiple programs to run Heroscape events. It's all included in this one stop. You can run the tournament software from the Battle Network, meaning it's one-stop shop for all things OP for both the player and the event organizer. Outside of event hosting capabilities, we also have some features that players will enjoy. Jordan, you want to tell everyone about the player profile aspects?
Yeah, so this is probably my favorite aspect of the Battle Network. It's really cool, super innovative, but essentially players will be able to have fully customizable player profiles on the Battle Network that are totally unique to them. So on screen, I think we should have an example of a basic profile here. So at launch, you'll be able to earn titles and achievements for certain feats to augment and personalize your profile. So for example, you could get the founder title by playing in a launch tournament after they kick off in September. So make sure that you sign up for those. And you'll also be able to do things like earn achievements and participation points based on your feats and events. So this way you can really boast your accomplishments and experience and show them off to everybody, mainly your future opponents, as you head into your next tournament. Plus, you can earn cosmetic upgrades to your profile, such as avatars that really personalize and kit out your profile and make it unique to your own preferences. So I think we've got some examples of the avatars on screen here. Namely, Trevor, what if I wanted to get a Shiori avatar? Are some of these exclusive, or can I just get them whenever?
Yeah, some of the cosmetic features for player profiles will be time limited or event limited. For example, if you want to get the Shiori avatar for your profile, you will need to play in a launch tournament. Now, there's even more to talk about with the Battle Network. So I'm going to go move on to one of my personal favorite aspects, player rankings. The Battle Network has a really intuitive suite of player features. The Battle Network will track your performance in events, so you'll be able to earn placement and show off your battle prowess to the entire Heroscape community. This is where legends will be born. You can even click into different player profiles and deep dive into their performance record, giving you an idea of who you might be up against at your next event.
That's really cool. Yeah, the player rankings are great, and it's just a level of detail that you don't often get with games like this. So it's really fantastic, and you've done an amazing job. I'm very excited for this to debut. So this is going to be coming later in August around the Gen Con launch. Now, I know we could sit here and talk about the Battle Network all day, but what's one more feature that we could talk about, give everyone a preview on before we start to wrap up?
We really could talk about the Battle Network all day, and we just might talk about it all day one day before it launches. Let's finish up this stream by talking a little bit about the figure database and army builder. The Battle Network will host a complete figure database of both new and existing figures, so you can always plan and reference to the best of your capabilities ahead of the next event. The army builder is one of my personal favorite things about this. It'll allow players to build and theory craft their armies using a comprehensive database of all Heroscape figures. We will update the Heroscape figures a little bit before they're released, so that way you can start theory crafting ahead of time. You will also be able to use the figure database and army builder to build your army and digitally submit it to events that require army submissions ahead of time. No hassle or need to print and fill out lists. The Battle Network will launch in August. That way you'll have plenty of time to get your profile set up before launch events. Event hosts will be able to set up and get their events listed, and the launch events will start in September. Stay tuned for more news and information about the Battle Network between now and when it launches.
Awesome. Thanks, Trevor. Yeah, that all sounds really great. So anything else you want to cover here from the organized play front before we start to wrap up?
Sure. Again, don't forget to sign up for your first Heroscape organized play event in game stores, the launch tournament. They'll be happening all throughout September. Celebrate the launch of Heroscape in your favorite game store and get a Shiori premium painted figure. Also, remember to talk to your favorite game store about hosting the Heroscape Day tournament in October. Battle out with other Heroscape players and get a Cornelius Breach premium painted figure. Be sure to keep an eye out on the Battle Network for an event in your area. If you don't see one soon, be sure to go talk to your local game store to tell them that you want to run one or you want to run in their store.
That's right. Man, yeah, I'm really looking forward to August. A lot of really exciting stuff coming up. Alrighty, well, thank you for running us through all of that, Trevor. I think that's going to be a wrap for our stream today. I hope everyone had a good time with us, and we apologize for those technical difficulties, but I'm glad that we could come back and finish presenting all of this awesome stuff. Hope everyone's looking forward to August and October. But before we close it out, I have a few final notes and reminders for everyone. So first, Wave 1 is coming this August. If you're waiting to pick up at your local game store, the street date for release is August 29th. If you ordered from the web store, you may receive your copy in the mail a bit earlier than that within the first few weeks of August. And if you pre-ordered Gen Con pickup, you'll still be able to pick up your copy at Gen Con as planned. We will also have copies for sale on the booth. Wave 2 items announced today will be available this October. You can head over to Heroscape.com to pre-order all of Wave 1 and Wave 2 items now, but public service announcement, do not bundle your shipments. If you do, you will be waiting on your August releases until October, since the web store will wait to ship everything together, essentially, to give the best possible shipping price. So be aware of that. And once again, don't forget to go to your favorite local game store and tell them to sign up for the launch tournaments starting in September and Heroscape Day tournaments that will be starting in October. Event registration is also open for Gen Con now, so if you're going to be out there with us, go ahead and sign up for those events if you're going. And last but certainly not least, remember to head over to Heroscape.com to browse the character bios for all of these Wave 2 character announcements that we just revealed. We even have some brand new website features that you can check out, such as a new painting page. Painting is a really big part of this community. In fact, we have a painting stream later at 5 p.m., a little how to paint. We also have paint guides available on the website now, and a Heroscape store locator. So these paint guides can be found in the character resources section that has been newly added to the character biography pages. And yeah, don't forget to tune into that how to paint at 5 p.m. It's going to be great. All right, everyone, thank you again for joining us, and we will see you at the next stream in October to talk about Wave 3. See y'all soon. Bye.